Hi everyone. So I'm trying out a new layout, so things are going to look a little bit differently, but we're going to go through the zodiac. I just want to see what we can expect for the week, especially since this week that's coming up is really crazy and turbulent. I'm not going to put timestamps just to give you an FYI, but I will be going down all the signs. So starting off, we're going to go with Aries. I'm going to pick first a chakra card that's going to be talking about what energy you're going to be in. Where that's going to be focusing with another oracle, and then some tarot and advice. Oh, wow. So for Aries, we have the energy of creation. And do you see all that spirit all around that woman? This is going to be a very strong crown chakra energy. When the cards are gray, that's talking about energetic blocks. So there seems to be some kind of energetic block in, I want to say, your sight. So this would give you a lot of headaches. Talking 3D, right? This would give you a lot of headaches. This would also give you like a lot of confusion. You might be focusing on things like stuck in a timeline or stuck in a thing that might not be good for you. Yeah. And then we have the card of the clouds. And the clouds, you see how there's like three doves, and then there looks like an energy around you. I think there's going to be a lot going on in the spiritual realm for you, which for those that aren't not super spiritual, I don't know why you're in this channel, but that would be along the lines of you might feel a lot of headaches, you might feel dizzy, you might feel very tired, you might find it really difficult to focus this week, but it's because there's, I want to say, spiritual warfare happening in the background that you are not aware of that is impacting your energy. So this week might feel very heavy for you, my Aries, because there is a lot going on in the spirit. Okay. We have the 10 of Jewels in reverse. Do you see the rooster there? And we have the 6 of Jewels. I feel like something is being taken away to balance out the energy that's around you. So this can be because the 10 of Pentacles usually represents family. Sometimes it represents your inheritance, your spiritual inheritance, or your physical inheritance, the money that you've made, the money that you've worked for, etc., etc. But it being upside down, I feel like it's all being in the spiritual, it's being taken away, and then it's being balanced out because it was out of balance. Okay. This seems like more of a warning. I don't know. You guys have to take it as it resonates. That's why I have all the signs here so that you can see if this is actually you or if this is an energy that's around you. Then we have gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. And then we have thorns, weaving together the crown you deserve. You see, this is what I'm saying. I feel the gold, it's actually like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like this pottery where they take broken cups and pots and stuff and they seal it up with gold. And then we have thorns, which is talking about weaving fortunes. I feel like what's happening is that the reason things are being taken away from you is because the imbalance that it was creating in your life was going to be more of a hurt than a help. And so the weaving things together is the 6 of Pentacles, where you're kind of balancing things out. Honestly, it feels like distributing your energy correctly, kind of like, let's say you were invested in certain ideas, certain people, certain situations that were like literally consuming you, and spirits coming in, kind of taking this off your shoulders because it's not really your responsibility, giving you what you should be responsible for, and then taking care of the rest. And it's because you should be able to fix yourself, except for everything that was piling up against you, and that's what's being removed from you. Okay. Sometimes, and this is um, something I want to give you as a side note for this energy of Aries, it feels like I have to tell you that sometimes um, certain things we're not really good with, right? Because we will shoot ourselves in our own foot if we had it. Like sometimes people wish for a lot of money, but they don't know how to create healthy boundaries and things like that. So if they had a lot of money, they would actually have a lot more problems. So then you don't get a lot of money. Um, and sometimes it's like positions of authority. So sometimes we have positions of authority. This can be spiritual, physical, and this spiritual or physical position of authority is actually hurting us because we're abusing the power even if we don't know we're doing it. And so it feels like something is being taken away and the correct amount of something is being given to you so that you don't hurt yourself, but that you can heal yourself with whatever it is that's coming around. That's the energy I'm feeling for Aries. All right. That was pretty long. I'm hoping this is not going to be a long reading, but yeah, right. It's me. Taurus. Wow. Look at this, Taurus. You got soulmate. Shoot. Taurus is definite, and this is ground chakra. This is root chakra. This is connected to Cancer energy. So this is kind of linked to all that energy that I've been talking about in the astrology of Jupiter and Cancer. This energy is kind of like you are finally going to be able to see the people that are connected to you in your soul family, and you're going to be able to call it towards you, and then yeah, it just feels like you're going to be calling it towards you. I'm going to see where it's going to be affecting you. Wow, look at this. We have time. the it's it's something that was written for you. This is divine timing. It's something that is a cycle. Wow, this is bottom of my throat. Like it feels like I'm hearing in Spanish, fecha de caducación, which means expiration date. So your blindness to your soul family, your blindness to those that are like you, your blindness to your truth, it's reached its day of expiration, which is great because it really kind of goes along with his energy. I'm sorry, I got to clear up my throat. So this is all about divine timing for you. I want to see more about this. Let's see. That's not what I wanted to do. I did great. You know what? I didn't want to grab that, but I grabbed it, so I'm going to go with it. I also have the card of gratitude. And do you see that? It's more of connecting to the right people that will give you the love that you want and feeling grateful for the fact that you're finally connected with them. And this is something also spiritual because this is a purple card. So you're grounding yourself to your truth and then you're connecting to your soul tribe. It's very interesting. So Taurus, you're literally shifting big time. And the two cards that I got for you is Visvadakini. I'm trying to say it. Visvadakini. And it says the Dakini of double Verhas. And then we have Pandera, the Skati of Lotus. I'm going to try to cover the explicit stuff on that, más o menos. And this is interesting because these are energies of feminine energies that are being activated inside of you. So I quickly looked up the two cards. It's actually like a help and a warning at the same time. So the I want to say the Princess of Air, right? This one is kind of telling you that you're going to be fearless, you're going to be strong, you're going to be moving forward, you're going to be active. This is the time for you to shine. But we have the other energy, which is the Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. And this is telling you focus on that energy of gratitude that we saw before. Be thankful for what is coming towards you. Try not to fester in envy and greed, because right now you're receiving, excuse me, the amount that you're supposed to receive for all the work that you have done. But there is a possibility of you feeling like somebody has more, something is better. I think I deserve more. And getting lost in that will actually make you go backwards and actually lose the blessings that are in your life. We have to always remember that though we're being blessed, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be that way forever. Okay. And see, we have the storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. And I feel like, you see how she's running away with her crown? Oh, let's see. There. She's running away with her crown. That legit makes me feel like this is exactly what's happening. You're finally running away with your crown. You're finally getting what is yours. Finally, the terrible season of your life will be over. It will not be 100% perfect because that doesn't make sense. We're human. But it will be better, and you will have those tools to be able to move forward without being chained down to something. So this is very positive energy. Gemini has two. We have workaholic and balance. So this is interesting. So this week feels like you're going to have to focus on a better work-life balance. You have been going a little bit too much with the work situations and the things that you're involved in, and you're not taking enough times to fill up your tank. And so remember that a car could only go as far as you can take it if your tank of gas is full. And right here, it's telling you that if you don't fill up this tank, you're going to actually start getting very irritable. Okay. With it, we have infinity. So this is actually the number, and like the infinity sign, it looks like a big 8, but it's actually telling you that these are like cycles that you're going to be going through because you are very driven. You're an air sign. You always want to go and change and mute and create different things. And Gemini right now is super active in the astrology, which makes us want to mingle with new people, create new things, and move in different directions. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's actually a very good thing. The only thing I'm asking you to do at a moment is that to listen to yourself, to take a time to take a breath. If you're starting to get irritable, if you're starting to get irritated, if you're starting to hate things, like the thing that you used to be very passionate about, that is an extremely good sign that you are in burnout. And so it's important for you to do something to help you move forward. As a matter of fact, I would look up articles online, articles of signs that you are experiencing burnout, and then look if you're having those symptoms to know if you're having this problem. And if you are, then it's like a sign for you to do things to slow things down. And again, there's articles online that are so easily found that tell you like things that you can do to help you with burnout. All right. But I'm feeling burnout this week. So be careful with that, especially since Gemini is going to be all over the place this week with the astrology. Oh, I got 3. I only wanted 2, of course. So the first thing we have, is the Mamaki, the Skati of Jewels. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. Do you see how she has 2 peacock feathers? That's really interesting for me because it's like it looks like eyes to see. We have the Seer, Asita, which is the Magician. And the third thing we have is the Garuda, the animal of the double Verhas. All right, I'm going to look up a couple of these cards, but royal gist of what I'm getting right now is kind of like this energy of you have to stay grounded. You do have a lot of tricks up your sleeve. You are transforming your life in many different directions. Just be mindful because I think you're going to be burning your candle at both ends. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so as I looked into the 3 of the cards, the first one definitely is a Queen of Pentacles. And it is telling you that you are grounded, you are safe, you're secure. But it's telling you to make sure, because you're going to be burning your candle at both ends, it's a very, very important for you to be mindful because if you start saying yes to a lot of people, but you don't have the energy or the possibilities to be able to give as much as you are saying you're going to be giving, right? People are going to start losing confidence in you, and you don't want that. So it's having that discernment of saying, I have reached my capacity, and then not taking more on. The Seer is talking about as above, so below. So it is something where you are receiving downloads, you are receiving guidance, and you are moving in the right direction. You are getting the tools that you need to create what you need. And that guardian, the Gar- Garuda. The Garuda is connected to the Naga spirits, and it's this energy of protection that's around you. So you are highly protected this week. So that is amazing. Just try not to burn your candle on both ends because you're doing way too much. The bottom of the deck, we have the princess. You can be your own knight. So it does feel like you're in warrior mode and you're going to be able to create many changes. It's just try not to like burn your candle on both ends. That's all I'm going to say, because it is a lot of energy. It is a lot you're wanting to do at the same time. You have a whole lifetime to do things. So everything will happen in divine timing. Just pump the brakes every once in a while. Okay. There's only certain hours of the day. So now let's go to Cancer. And with Cancer, we have, let's see, service. This is connected to the sacral space. So the divine feminine energy and renewal. Okay, I'm not trying to be really scary here, but both these cards represent like the passing of something. And the thing that is going to be passing is really connected to your like bottom two chakras. So it's connected to your sacral space and your ground chakra. But it does feel like something is you're letting go of something. Okay. Something's leaving your life is kind of like what I want to say. I don't want to say death, but I am feeling death. Okay. And then we have the energy of the baby. So it does feel like there is renewal. So when something ends, something new starts in your life. So I see an ending, and I am seeing a new beginning. I feel like the only way that you were going to be able to move forward was if this phases out of your life. Now, this is going to be a person, place, thing, energy, mindset. Um, but it does feel like something's definitely passing, something's definitely dying. Tell me about this. Wow, we have the horse and the animal of the jewel. That's the animal of the pentacle. Oh, we got three. We have the five of lotuses, which is the five of cups. See, this is the sadness I'm feeling. And then we have the old man and the sadhu, the hermit. Okay, so according to these cards, and I'm going to show it to you this way, because this is important for the message. These I know very well. I've gotten these a lot. So according to these cards, wherever the old man walks, do you see the old man right here? This is the new man. This is the baby that's coming to life, right? But wherever the old man is directed is the part of your life that is kind of phasing out. And we have the five of cups, which is sadness about what you're having to let go of, right? With the horse, because something is definitely leaving your life. So we having this combination of, yeah, something's really phasing out of your life. It gives room for a new life, a new beginning, a new start to come in. You're having like a whole new bowl. The new guy has like a new flag and he has a new bowl. So it's an opening of a new idea, a new mindset, a new job, a new house, an opportunity. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's just kind of like a new phase in your life, and something's phasing out. And there's still like, I want to say some residual sadness because it is leaving you. Okay. Um, two came out. You see, this is another melancholy card. It's homeward. Take yourself out on a date. And this is because you're kind of like having to take a moment and kind of redo you, because there's three that came out. Redo you because you know something is fading out. This reminds me a lot of the melancholy from the Queen of Cups. I feel her on that. Okay. Um, Next, see, this is so much melancholy. I'm just gonna say the second one is 23rd, confidence. It comes with time and practice. Do you see how she's getting on a bus and she's leaving? but she's kind of like really sad and melancholy looking at the past. And then we have protest, start a revolution, because something new is starting. Something is awakening inside of you, Cancer. It's something that you were not expecting. It feels uncomfortable because it's new, but it's very necessary for you to be the new person you're supposed to be. But something definitely is dying. All right. It might be a person, it might be an idea, place, thing, energy. I don't know what it is, but definitely something dying. Let's go with Leo. Shut up. I have to. I'll tell you why I'm saying shut up. This is the reason why I like to do all these cards together. This is all like linking. It's so freaking crazy. So I can tell you Cancer and Leo are very much like together. Okay. Cancer, Leo, and Taurus kind of feel like it's like a trifecta right here. I'm just saying. Completion, sacral space, another one of a death. I'm seeing a death. The second thing we have is passion. And so, I mean, if we were taking this literally, is death of a passion. And then we have prayers. And do you see when you have lemons, you make lemonade? It feels very strongly that there is something that you really believed, like it was your, I call it Santo Amen, which would be your daily prayer. Every single time something just like wasn't fitting your mold or whatever, you're like, oh, that's just what God wants. Oh, this is like, you always try to see a silver lining in it. And I feeling like that's coming to an end. You just don't feel the same about that, whatever it is. Now it's, look at that. And it's focusing on the energy of the feather. And do you see how it's an angel, but there's feathers everywhere? Some of you might be receiving signs that are feathers, but for the most part, I feel like it's something that you're not going to be able to really do anything about. And that goes along with the astrology. I recommend you guys checking out the astrology. I put it out all the time. And daily I put out like a reminder, because I break up the big video into small bite-sized pieces for you to remind you daily of what's happening. That's this, you guys. This feels like something is phasing out. You're going to lose a passion for something. You are not expecting it. It is what it is. Energy is very present in this, and it's divine's hands on you. I mean, like, legit, God's like totally on this thing. It's not like something you're going to be able to do anything about. And then we have the elephant, the animal of the Virja, and Vajras. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I don't know why I want to say Virna. I heard no too many. Okay. I just want like one more. Oh, there it goes. Look at how convenient. Just one more came up. It's number 14, the middle path, temperance. Let me cover up her right there. Okay. Do you see how his arms are crossed and his legs are crossed? And he's looking and he's kind of frustrated as the rice is being given to her. That's going on along with the elephant that has a huge memory. So the elephant definitely is the energy of memory. It's the energy of nothing's ever forgotten is what I'm hearing from that card. It's kind of like, there are things that we believe we can do, and things that we move forward on, and we believe, well, nobody saw it, nobody knew, it was done in secret, etc., etc., but God knew, right? And the energy of temperance right now is the energy of balancing out fate, right? And it feels like the guy having his hands all crossed and stuff, and he's going to receive it. He doesn't really like the fact that he's receiving this, but he's taking it anyway because he remembers he owes it. Does that make sense? I hope. That one seems a little vague, but I guess it's for the ones that need to hear. But this definitely feels like one of those things where you're going to be handed the cards that are dealt for you that you deserve based on the actions that you have taken. See, and I'm definitely feeling that because we have raindrops. Take a chance on them. And I feel like um, you're like under this umbrella. And now I'm hearing the Umbrella Academy. Like sometimes our affiliations with certain people, places, things, energies, frequencies um, create a situation in which we need to pay something out. And it might feel unfair, but it was also a choice to be part of that group. I hope that makes sense. And so this feels like this week is um, like a sentencing, like you're going to be receiving a sentence, and it is how it has to be. Um, I don't think that there's going to be any way to redirect that energy. Virgo, that is, I'm seeing that a lot. Did you see how crazy my candle went for a second there? I'm seeing that a lot actually. Um, this, the cards are already dealt, and things will be how they should be. The first thing we have is isolation. The second thing that came out is impartiality. Gray cards are not good, let me tell you, because that means blocked energy. And then we have dissipating. I feel like Virgo is losing something. Now we are entering into the energy later on in the week, if you guys saw the astrology of Venus and Virgo. And when Venus enters Virgo, like the empathy kind of turns off a little bit, and we're very practical in the way that we move forward. Um, but that being aside, I feel very much like something is leaving you, and it feels like it will kind of pause your action, and it also will pause your sight. Um, it's kind of like a veil being put over you or over your eyes. It's this one makes my throat feel weird, Virgo. See, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Look at this. The three monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It does feel like a veil coming over you. If I were talking Matrix speak, for those that know what the Matrix is in the show and movie and whatever, it's kind of like you took the blue pill and you're going back in the Matrix. Come on, cards. Tell me what you want to tell me. One more. Come on. Oh, there it goes. That jumping bean. Whoa. So we have, this is the King of Pentacles. And it's, I'm trying. Eventually, one day, you're going to hear me read these just like nothing. Ratna Sa Baba, the Buddha of Jewels. And another king, Amitabha, the Buddha of Lotus. That is the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Legitly, this is talking about the fact that we have the emotions turning off with the King of Cups, but we're also having the turning off of the Midas touch. So I feel like for Virgos, for a hot minute, they're going to go through a period of time of like, I heard reassessment. No, I just got corrected. They said no, reassignment is what I heard. That feels very spiritual, y'all. I'm just going to go there. You're going to be reassigned. And it feels like the element of earth, which is connected to you, your masculine energy, elements of earth, and the element of water, which is talking about spirit and your emotions. Both of them are going to be turned off. Um, I'm just going to leave that there because that's crazy. And what do you have to tell them? Advice? Sundress. Do it for you. And I guess that's the what they want to tell you about that. It's like it's for your greatest good. It kind of reminds me of Aries energy, where I told you that I told Aries that they had to. I feel like yours is very connected to Aries, actually. So it kind of feels like you wouldn't give a kid a gun, or you wouldn't give you wouldn't put a person that's addicted to alcohol in a bar, right? And so I think that for your greatest good, these things will be taken away. Um, that's all I'm gonna say about that. This reading is starting to get heavier as we're moving along the zodiac, yo guys. Okay, Libra. Wow, look at that. We have the card of forgiveness and we have the card of bitterness. Tell me if that combination is not exactly the same message. Um, there's a healing that has to take place with your inner child. Um, and when you heal that pain that you're having in the inner child, which is going to be activated this week, this bitterness that you were feeling, like this resentment, where you were moving into your villain era, is going to dissipate. But it is purple and it is blue, so this is definitely something that feels like it's more in the spiritual than in the physical. You might later on feel it more on along the lines of no longer thinking about the same story, the same narrative you keep thinking about. Okay, where's this going to affect them? Shut up. This is how it's going to affect you. Look at that. We have numbers and open doors. You're going to start seeing synchronicities that will open new opportunities for you because you were trying to go in a direction that was not for your greatest good. You were trying to go into a direction that wasn't aligned to you. And so a door is going to open. You're going to finally see it, and you're going to see the synchronicities of why it is that you had to go in this direction. That's what I can tell you with that. That's one. Look at that. The first thing we have is the peacock, the animal of the lotus. And definitely, this gives me Archangel Uriel, and this also gives me Oshun energy. It's all about seeing how we've seen through the wrong eyes for a long period of time, and now coming out the other side because they're being cleared. I'm feeling like somebody's really going to change their perspective of life. And I feel like maybe somebody around here was having very much of a bitterness victim mentality due to things that they experienced in childhood that they were still reliving on a daily, and that is going to be coming out of you, and then it's going to open your eyes to new ways to move forward. And then we have the first sermon, judgment. And the judgment card is literally a reawakening. It's like once you were asleep and now you're going to wake up, because honestly it does feel like somebody keeps going for the wrong door because they haven't dealt with their childhood trauma. And when it releases you, what you wanted before you will no longer want, and you're going to go in a different direction. See, it's wings. You never needed those wings to fly. And I feel like this is important, that she's like, you never needed those wings to fly is important, because what I'm feeling here is this energy of, you were really adamant about how you wanted a specific job, a specific position, connect to a specific energy, but it was never for you. And then it's kind of like you're over it now, and you no longer want to hold on to that to move forward. Um, it's a really interesting energy, because it's kind of like, I want to say it is what it is energy again. I don't remember which one of the signs I said that to, um, but it feels very much like I'm letting myself go free. Then we have Scorpio. Wow, Scorpio. Look at that. Recovery and miracle. Shut up. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, finally a really good one. um, it's a miracle. Something's gonna probably something's gonna definitely come back to you. Something that was lost. Okay. Um, it's it's ordained by God. Let's say that, because I do see that God in the background really calls my attention, and it's because of a healing that you did. Sorry, all the cards seem to have flipped over, and we're not taking that many. Yep, returning to your actual nature. This is literally returning back to who you really were before you got distorted from all the things that you experienced. I think Scorpio and Libra do feel like they're like kind of united somehow. Um, it feels very good, this energy. It's kind of like coming back to you, and like rediscovering who you are. Oh, look at that. That came out like super quick. 3 cards. The first thing we have is the Seven of Lotuses. And look at that. This is the Seven of Cups is usually confusion, but do you see him? He sees the snake and he's going to cut it. And this is what I'm feeling here. Then we have the Three of Swords, and it's three of double Vajras, receiving your contract. And then we have the Ten of Lotuses, which is the Ten of Cups, which is your fortune. Um, you know, sadness has a way sometimes of blinding us to our truth. And I feel like that Three of Swords that I see here, usually Three of Swords feel really bad, but in this case, it doesn't feel bad. It feels like I finished my contract of sadness. I've processed everything I had to process, and I'm moving forward, and I'm moving forward to my happiness. This feels actually really good. I'm telling you now, I'm just like, yay, 2 are really good so far. Even though I think Gemini's was pretty good too, it's just a warning to not be cocky. Look at that, the villain, and I love this one. You can always rewrite the story. And do you see how she's killing the thing that's making alluring sounds that are making her confused and crazy? She's breaking that. She's breaking the bad person in the story, which is kind of aligned with the energy of Libra. Libra and Scorpio, both the energy feels like finally releasing yourself from this ick that has been haunting you your entire life and making you believe something that's not true, and actually will look for and thrive and want something that isn't for your greatest good. Sagittarius. Of course, Sagittarius goes upside down because they don't want me to see it until it's all out, of course. Perception, enlightenment. I mean, literally, you have an awakened way of seeing the world. Something is waking up inside of you. These three, this row, 987, is very connected. Okay? 987 is very connected. Um, Because if I was looking at this, I would tell you that the Sagittarius energy is actually releasing something because they've healed an inner child wound and they've now learned how to squash the villain that is inside of them. And so this is why I'm doing all of them, because they're all linked together, right? I would say for the group that is actually listening to it all the way up to here, everything from 1 through 6 seems to be everyone else that's affecting your story, and then this is your story. This is why I'm doing all the zodiac signs, because we're affected by all of them. Shut up, and awakening of your third eye, because you can see your eyes are back. You're getting them back. That's awesome, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. This is crazy. The 5 of Pentacles. Do you see how he's flamed up in green flames and miserable sitting there? That's like a sickness that's all around you. 5 of Pentacles. To the Ace of Pentacles, which is a golden flame that is around one thing. I feel like you have had like an energetic sickness around you. And the sickness has made you see the world in such an ugly way, right? It was distorted. Like you couldn't see the truth because you had this childhood wound that was affecting you, and it was impairing your judgment, and you had like everything just piling up negatively against you, and this is a release of that. And now you're knowing what you should invest in. I'm liking this, you guys. Do you see this? I have to show you this because this goes along with this other one. Do you see that? The Ace of Pentacles? Look at this. Bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. You got your flame back. You got your eyes back. You got your power back. You have your discernment back. You have your judgment back. Shit, this is awesome. Now, Capricorn. The Devil of Doubt. Insecurity. It's blocking your heart chakra. It's something that has to be regarding your foundation. Why is that? I mean, like, if I were looking at it another way, you're Capricorn in Tarot, you're a representative of the Devil card. And here we have, actually, I have you as the Wheel of Fortune, not the Devil card. And here we have crossing your heart. Like, I don't know. Let's see. How is this affecting them? There's insecurity around you for this week. Like, it doesn't want to give me a card, you guys. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Music. Okay. This is actually an advice card. Okay. And information. 1, you have to raise your frequency. I'm going to need you to literally be working on doing things that will raise your frequency. One of the things that you can do, and this is what I'm going to advise you, my Capricorns, is for you to create a playlist. One specific for you. I want the music that has to do with the goal that you would like to obtain, the strength that you know you have, and the assurance that everything's going to be okay. Right? So it can be like, for example, songs like Bob Marley, every little thing's gonna be all right, right? Or all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That was my theme song for a long time. Hey, 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 I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation, things like that. Or ching, ching, ching goes a money tree. And every time it chings, the money comes to me. These kind of things, these mantras that will bring you up when you're having these insecurities, because this like demonic energy around you of these insecurities are actually blocking your heart space. And that is super bad because when your heart space is blocked, you can attract what you want. So are you looking for more money, a new job, a partner, like a house, etc.? You're blocking that because you're insecure. And that insecurity is a loop that then tells you that, look, you're right, you aren't getting what you want, you're never going to get it, yellow a lot, and then you feel bad about yourself, and then it's like a vicious loop of disgustingness. But music is so great at reprogramming our minds. Also, there's this book called Mind Hacking. I don't know the author, but it was really good at me learning how to reprogram my mind so I can get out of patterns of thoughts. Tell me about this. Look at that. Did it? Okay. Mind you, I have to show you this. This is crazy. I told you, no, Capricorn, I don't have you as a double heart. I have you as the Wheel of Fortune. You see, I wrote it in the back of this card. Look at this. The Wheel of Fortune. Do you see the differences? I'm hearing, she's black, she's white, da, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even remember the words of it, but do you see that? This is literally telling you, you choose. You choose what you want. You choose if you're going to get dragged down by that energy of the devil. Do you see the devil right here on the bottom? He's dragging down this guy to hell. And then there's another one that's helping lift up the other one. So if you use the music, the vibrations, it'll help you move forward. Look at this. And then we have the Three of Wands. And it's a staff to the heart. Actually, I think I might have gotten those backwards, but whatever. Do you see the heart again? There's a block here. It's big in your heart space. And it's making you feel like you're not going to end up where you want to end up. I can tell you that as long as your mindset is on that, you won't. Look at that. Oh, we got 3 cards, of course, because I'm going to give you the 3 because you're in this weird energy. We have tree. Let them go. Literally let it go. Let it flow. There's a backup in your flesh. You need to flush out your toilet, your energetic toilet. Qigong is good for that because it balances out energy. Tai Chi, yoga. There's also like massage. It's really good for that. Breath work. Then we have sun. Paint the sun back into your skies. See? Another one saying we need you to be out of melancholy and into this life of I got this. And then he has expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. And I think the biggest reason why you're feeling disappointed is because you're feeling like you're letting other people down, or you're feeling like you're proving other people right and it's kind of beating you up. F that. This is your life. Okay? Next, Aquarius. Wow. We have the energy of gossip with the heart chakra. Another heart chakra. And wisdom. There's something happening and activating in your heart chakra. Big craziness about these 2 things. Okay? Tell me more about that. Capricorn and Aquarius seems to be linking up. Bag of Marbles. I don't like Bag of Marbles, actually. This card, Bag of Marbles, tells me shit's going to hit the fan and everything's going to spill out and then it's going to go everywhere. It feels like, because I'm hearing heart chakra, because I'm seeing gossip, and because I'm seeing wisdom, I feel like somebody's going to spill the beans. But this is spill the bag of marbles. Somebody's just going to tell some serious truth, and it's just going to spill out everywhere. This is cray-cray. Look at that. That one also came out really easy. Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands, the double Vajras. And do you see the 2 fish? This reminds me of Pisces. Then we have Tara, the Sakti of double Vajras. This is the Queen of Wands. Let me cover this up so you don't see crazy booby. Oh, here. Usually the 2 of Wands look like 2 different paths that are opening, but right here the fish are, and the sign of Pisces, one fish is going one direction while the other one's going the other direction. But here the 2 fish are meeting in the middle. I feel like all the things, lies, deceit, unknown truths, etc., are all going to like funnel together and consolidate to one truth, which is a two of wands. It doesn't feel like two roads. It doesn't feel like a bypass. If impasse. It feels like the roads are all coming to one, and it's going to provoke very strong action. One second. I wanted to read about this Terra energy because this is important. It says Terra is the wisdom of action. She instructs us to refrain from taking what is not offered to us and to develop generosity. As a cure to this self-centered activity, she recommends that we meditate on the impermanence of life. Literally, I feel like the truth is going to be revealed, right? That all the paths of lies, of deceit, of everybody, like all this stuff, everything's going to consolidate into one path. And that is, the ending of the age of Pisces, because Pisces was two fish going in two different directions. Now they're coming and consolidating in one, and their true self is revealing. And what I feel is happening is a revelation of deceit, um, because they wanted something that might have not been for them, right? Somebody around you. And then all that comes to the one forefront. It's a really weird, interesting energy because it feels like revelations, um, that then puts everybody in the same page. Everybody understands everything in the same page. This is Aquarius. We're actually moving into, we're in the age of Aquarius. And I tell you, it's like the revelation of your truest truth. And then we have the witch. Justice is coming. Mural. Be your own first priority. And do you see all that yellow on these two cards? First of all, it has a lot to do with solar plexus energy. This feels like divine justice. It reminds me of Eminem's song of cleaning up my closet. And this reminds me of the Tower card because do you see how she's painting this mural, but look at what she's burning, the castle in her mural. There's like a coming down of something. I don't know. That seems, it seems like the illusion will leave and all the lies will come down to a culmination of one thing. And the truth will be revealed in such a way that everybody cannot deny it, can't loophole their way out of it, or can't mess around with something to reveal something that is not true. It's like the truth will be the truth, and that's what it is, and you will have to accept the truth that is. It's This is crazy because this feels like a age of Aquarius energy. It doesn't feel like I'm talking to an Aquarian. I'm talking about everyone because we're all being affected by this energy. We're in Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Like literally, it's like revealing all the BS so the truth can come through. The last thing we have is Pisces. Look at that. We have the energy of joy. About damn time, right, Pisces? I'm just like, some of your readings have been pretty heavy. Look at that, the eagle. If you guys knew, I have like literally a picture of an eagle in front of me right now. Pisces, eagle. Um, I feel like eyes to see when I'm getting those two cards. Oh shit. 16. The flaming disc, the tower. This one's Padma Dakini. the Dakini of Lotus. This is the Page of Cups. I'm covering her boobies. Then we have Eight of Lotuses, Eight of Cups. And then we have Amoghasiddhi, the Buddha of double Vajras, the King of Wands. Look, Pisces, joy. Pisces, the eagle. Pisces, the tower. Literally a breaking down of the things that you have not been able to see clearly. A breaking down of the lie. I feel like, well, Aquarius and Pisces right now are like best friends, right? Because this is the um, changing of the guards here. And what I'm feeling is that as Aquarius is revealing all the truth and the fish are coming together, the fish can see things clearly that they couldn't see before, and that's bringing joy to them because the tower is coming down and surprises and revelations will come through that will have you break down more things and walk away from more things in your life because you can finally understand the truth. You're not mentally distorted. And that gives you that energy of the King of Wands where you feel confident in the direction that you want to take going forward in your life. And then we have Spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. And this literally feels like celebrating, but then fearful of celebrating because you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, when is the ball going to drop? Because this is too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. This is exactly what's supposed to happen because it's your turn. It's your turn to see your truth and not be lost within like one. I want to say that the dog chasing its own tail. That's what Pisces reminds me of. With two fish going the opposite direction, it feels like the dog chasing its own tail. And now it's kind of like, why do I have to chase my own tail? I see my tail now, and now both of you guys are two minds are starting to connect to be one. And it's like so clear now. It feels so good. Overall, the energy of Gemini will be protective. If you guys see the astrology, you will know where the energy of Gemini will be affecting us throughout the astrology. Like we literally start the week with the energy of Gemini. And Gemini is playing a lot of interesting roles throughout the week. So wherever that is falling, that is protected. Sorry, I have children. They're upstairs doing crazy stuff. Then the next thing on the row is a gold star. A gold star is the age of Aquarius in spirit form. You're not knowing this, but next week is all about spirit. It's going to have its hand on you like you would not believe, and there's no way that you can move away from it. Now, this happened. Do you see this? It's like the dog, and then this thing is cat in its leg. Look at this. This is a Dalmatian dog, and what's caught in its leg is a cat. The dog and the cat working with each other. That means your loyalty, your friends groups, the people that are connected to you, the movement forward is connecting to your intuition. It's kind of like, again, the two fish, instead of swimming and chasing each other's tail, they're finally uniting as one because, see, the dog and the cat are no longer fighting. They're finally uniting as one. That's important, important symbolism that came through with just these little things. And the star. And then we have in a distance the Eye of Horus. So there is more to be seen and more that is protected in the collective that you're not able to see at this time because it's to save you from, I want to say fucking things up because we're humans and we mess things up. Now, for all of you that actually got to the end of this video, this week I'm actually going to have my anniversary of YouTube. Let me tell you, it's going to be on the 18th. So Thursday will be my anniversary of YouTube. I am going to give away 5 readings. And this is for both communities, just 5 readings total in my English and my Spanish. It will only be for people that are subscribed to my channel, so keep that in mind. And if you guys want to participate in it, it's no cost. I'm not going to charge you guys. It's just like, I guess, a birthday celebration. I'm actually very excited. I've gotten this far. There's been a lot of times I just want to quit this bitch. So